continuing on about the growing up on the farm and my ancestors, my father, Earl Newberry, middle name was Ray, and it was named after the doctor that delivered him. My father was born on November the 4th, 1904. Back in those days, all the babies were delivered at home. Certainly in the far rural areas, they were delivered by a midwife. So, when came time for Dad to be born, the midwife discovered that he was a breech baby, and she had no idea how to turn him around for proper delivery. And so my grandfather had to get on his horse and ride the 8.5 miles to Gould to fetch the doctor, Dr. Ray, who also had to get his horse and buggy and go the 8.5 miles back to the Schroeder community to deliver Dad. And the doctor was able to do it, and in gratitude they put his name as my father's middle name of Ray, and that's where I got my middle name of Ray. And that's where Tiffany got her middle name of R-A-E, Ray. My dad told the story of when he was about 5 years old. He was out on the road next to their house, and he saw this strange contraption coming down the road, and it scared him. And he went running into the house and said, "Mama, Mama, there is a wagon coming down without a horse down the road." And that was the first car he had seen. It's interesting to note that many years later, in the 1980s, I was in that very same spot where my father first saw his first car, and I saw a plane flying over with the space shuttle on it, and it was making its approach to the Altus Air Force Base for a refueling stop before going on to the East Coast, Kennedy. It's amazing there that only in a span of some 70 years how technology changed so much. My father liked to tell the story of why he never used tobacco in any form. When he was 10, 12 years old, his father, Henry, liked to chew tobacco. And my father was always wanting to chew tobacco too, and would keep on pestering him for a chew of tobacco. Finally, my grandfather Henry got tired of it and says, "Okay, Earl, if you insist, but you got to do it right. First thing you do is take a big bite off of it, and you swish it around in your mouth until it gets good and juicy, and then you swallow it." Dad did just that, and of course got very sick and couldn't tolerate tobacco from then on. We should all do that. Dad cautioned me to be very careful about consuming any kind of liquor, because he felt like the Newberrys had a propensity to outdo anything they really liked. For example, he gave as an example, I just love ice cream, and eat too much of it. So that was his reasoning. I think that pretty well covers the farming area that I need to talk about. I'm sure I've left out something, but we just have to let it go at that. Bye-bye.